Today we're going to talk about depression. And I know if you're taking this course, you've probably felt like some pieces of you are missing. You're trying to regroup, you're trying to find yourself again. But chances might be that there's some depression hidden in there. And I need to be really responsible with all this material that can help move you forward, and just ask you to just double check and make sure that you're not suffering from depression. And I know none of us wants to be a wimp, and none of us wants to say, yes, I'm actually depressed and I need help. But let me tell you the story of a mom that I was coaching, and she was trying to find her life. I was giving her challenges week after week. We were about on week 7, and there were still some things she was not doing. I had challenged her to make a vision for herself and her family. Could be a vision board, could just be a paragraph. She wasn't doing that. She still wasn't able to clear her house from clutter like she said she wanted to do. And she wasn't able to engage in her life. So even though we were identifying, hey, here's a talent I had when I was a kid and I loved it, even within a month, she couldn't make the time happen where she could actually engage in that. Finally, I just said to her, hey, will you do me a favor? I sent her an online quiz from the Mayo Clinic that just said, are you depressed? And there were some quick questions. And it turns out she was an 8 out of 10 for depression. The truth is, I'm not a therapist. I've had a ton of therapy, but I'm not a therapist. And none of the work that we're trying to do here is going to move you forward if depression is a factor. So I'm going to for sure include a link below, but let me give you some kind of general symptoms that you may or may not even realize that are depression. By the way, I've had depression. I've been on medication for it. I've gotten off medication for it. I've had depression again. And the thing is, it often happens when there's situations in life that are just tough. When things in life are just tough, we respond in the midst of our own busy lives with like, oh my gosh, I can't do anymore. And we kind of just shut down and cave in. In my experience for me, it's often when I just can't take anymore, but I'm supposed to. Some people say depression is anger turned inward. Maybe I feel guilty or angry for something and I don't know how to process it. So here's some of the very common symptoms of depression. You're overeating. You're undereating. Like consciously you know you're hitting the bag of chips like every night now, or you're overeating. Maybe you're having more alcohol than usual. I'm going to call that out. A lot of people are going to go, oh my gosh, you didn't go after the alcohol. Yes, I did. More than 1 or 2 a week, I would say you're covering something. You're sleeping too much, can't get out of bed. When you do get out of bed, you feel kind of disoriented. You kind of can't engage with other people. Maybe you have feelings of suicide, and I know that's a really severe form, but I want to just say, if you're having feelings of suicide, call people who will help you and intervene on your behalf. Some of the other lesser known traits that I have often felt is I stop engaging with my friends. I don't go on social media that much. I can't give well. I often feel like I'm trying to do for others because I want them to feel good when they're like, we're good, right? So sometimes there's just these little weird covert things that happen. The truth is, we're not crazy. And it may be because of hormones, it may be because we got a divorce, or there's been a death, or we're trying to move, or trying to change jobs. And a lot of these factors can just push us to a place where we can't process everything anymore. So the deal is you got to call a therapist. You got to find somebody who can help you. Your best friend, I bet, knows somebody, or your pastor or spiritual director in some way might be a good resource, or they can point you to somebody who is a good resource. We should all be checking in with a therapist even once a year, just to kind of keep the air clear and to keep things going. But it's also a great check to see if we have kind of slipped into depression and don't even realize it. When we don't abandon ourselves and address ourselves and face whatever we're facing, we open up our lives and we engage and show up in amazing ways that then align with our purpose, align with who we're supposed to be in the world, and everything shifts and changes. So if you've gotten to this video and you wonder, am I depressed? Is that something? Then there'll be a link below. If you've gotten to this video and you wonder if someone else that you know or love is struggling with this, send them the link and just say, hey, just wanted to check in on you. And finally, if you've been able to get through this material, then yay, you are not in a situation right now or you need help. And I am so glad. There may be a season where you do. And so I want you to use this as a resource that you can always come back to. And know that there is no judgment or blame when we go down. We just need time and space and someone to give to us so that we can again engage and give to others well.